gonna give it back. The trail giveth, and it taketh away. Took me a number of weeks to get the parts that I needed for this baby. Because I had a radiator that was bent and leaking, and pipe was bent badly enough that it wasn't going to allow the new radiator to fit. Alright, so moving the forks up in the clamps, I moved the forks up 5 millimeters in the triple clamps. That has significantly improved the rideability of this bike. It's made it steer better, steer quicker, feel lighter. So, and make it just generally more pleasurable for me. Obviously, you're going to sacrifice some straight line stability by doing that, but for me, that was a welcome trade to make the bike go where I'm trying to point it. I played around with the clickers, high speed and low speed on the shock, trying to get it to play nice with me. I'm in a better spot with it now, although not perfect. It's kind of sad because the last two betas that I reviewed had no complaints on suspension. And one of them was a race edition, that 390. That thing was freaking awesome, dude. Beta 200 was awesome.
Keep in mind that this review is far from over. I won't put out a full review on this bike until probably May of this year while I keep testing it. A lot of people have said that, hey, look, Kyle, you need to give more time for these KYB forks to break in, and that simply isn't true. Yesterday on February 4th, when I'm recording this, I spent hours talking to the following companies about suspension break-in. I called Kreft Moto, Factory Connection, Pro Circuit, Race Tech, Pro Action Suspension, MX Tech, Stillwell Performance, and the following week, or the previous week, I talked to MotoXperts about this. And this is what these 8 companies said who do this for a living. They all said the same thing. They said if there is a suspension break-in period for new fork and shock components, whether those components are stock or if they're upgraded, components that these companies put in, they said the break-in is only in the first 5 to 30 minutes. They all told me that by the time the oil gets warm and the bushings have had a couple of minutes of use, the suspension is acting as good as it will ever act. It's performing exactly as it's been designed to perform after only those first few minutes of use. One of the 8 companies said that it could take as long as 45 minutes, but no longer. The other said by the middle of your first ride or the middle of your first moto, the suspension is working as good as it ever will and is, quote, broken in. Once suspension starts to reach the 10-hour mark, the oils and other components are already showing signs of wear and are beginning to break down. That doesn't mean that you need to, revalve it or have it serviced at that point, but what it means is that at that 10-hour point, everything begins to degrade in performance, and it'll start to feel softer on the downward slide to needing a suspension tune-up / overhaul at 40 to 80 hours, depending on who you talk to. So they said that this 10 to 20 hour break-in period could possibly be the case if this was 1970, but absolutely not with the premium components and oils used on all modern dirt bikes today. So I've got now 7 hours on these forks, 6 or 7 hours on these forks, and they're just harsh, and I'm going to have them revalved. I talked to factory beta riders today that said, you know what, no, the stock KYB forks on this baby are not good right out of the box. You need to have them revalved, and that's from a factory beta rider, not from me.
It's been so long since I've ridden this, I can't remember exactly. I thought there was like a drop or something out here. Like kind of a nasty rock drop, but apparently not. Wipe off the camera. Couldn't remember what that was. It's been too long since I've been out here.